Hello everyone, Carson here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1230 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for October 31st, 2024. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1230. I'm gonna start with the word stare. Alright, got the R green and E yellow. So I've placed the R as the fourth letter, and I also know that E goes somewhere else in this word. It's making me think that it's ER something. I feel like ERD or ERM are or it could be ERN, something like that, more likely. Or it could be a Y, definitely. So these are some options that I can think about. Um, you know what? I wanna try to get more letters. So I might ignore the R clue and just guess a completely different word. For example, chemo, I feel like um I want to see if O is another vowel which goes somewhere else in this word, or um whether C and M, these consonants, are in this word or not. Because it could be RM ending, and we don't know what goes before. So let's go with this. Okay, still okay. So the E, I'm not sure. Could it be a Y? Could it be a double RY? Oh, this is very possible. Okay, so we have berry or ferry. Let's try berry and see where this brings me to. Huh. My goodness. Something E something R something. Oh, RD ending, and it could be a double vowel EI, which is not that common, but weird is a word that follows that pattern. So let me try weird. And that is today's Wordle answer. Alright, so I kinda I used the elimination strategy on my second try, but um, didn't go as well as planned. But after I made my third guess, I feel like EIRD was one of the only few combinations I can think of. So yeah, when I thought of EIRD, weird came up to my mind, and that was today's Wordle answer. So I got it in 4 tries. I'll take that because a double vowel EI is not really a common combination. So yeah, guessing weird in 4 tries, I would say is decent. So yeah, and I've played 999 Wordles as of October 31st. So tomorrow, November 1st, will be my 1000th Wordle. So that's kind of special. Okay, so I got today's Wordle answer weird in 4 tries. This is Wordle number 1230. After I'm done with this, let me move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is October 31st, 2024. I'm going to start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. I see that these 7s point right, and this cell sees another 7. These 7s point down, and this cell sees another 7. These 2s point down, and this cell sees another 2. these 2's points up, and this cell sees another 2. So in block 1, the digit 2 is forced into this cell, and then these 2's force the digit 2 into this cell in block 2, and then these 2's point down, this cell sees another 2. Alright, so we've just got the 2 um, that are in blocks 8 and 9, not yet placed. So yeah. Um, these 4's points left, and this cell sees another 4. So in block 1, the digit 4 is forced into this cell, and then these 4's point down. This 7 points left, and the 7 points up. So in block 1, the digit 7 is forced into column 1, and then these 7's point down. These ones force the digit 1 into one of these 2 cells in block 8, and into one of these 2 cells in block 4. This 8 points up, and this 8 points right. So in block 6, the digit 8 is forced into row 5, and then these 8's force the digit 8 into one of these 2 cells in block 5. What is that noise in real life? I hope you can't hear it, because that is so disturbing. Alright, never mind. These 6's point right. Um, I don't remember if I've gone through every digit, so I'm sorry if I missed any, but I'll try my best to catch up. Oh, I do see something. In row 6, 1 and 8 are missing digits. So both of these 2 digits, 1 and 8, still have to go somewhere in row 6. This cell sees 1 and 8, and this cell also sees 1 and 8. So these 2 cells cannot contain 1 and 8. So where do I put 1 and 8 in this row? Well, only in these 2 cells. Both 1 and 8 can only go into these 2 cells for this row. So in order to fit both 1 and 8 into row 6, I would have to make these 2 cells reserved for 1 and 8. So this 1-8 pair eliminates all other digits from these 2 cells, because they can only, well, they have to contain 1 and 8, because both 1 and 8 can only go into these 2 cells. So, that makes the other 2 open cells in this row a 6-9 pair, because 6 and 9 are the other missing digits of row 6. Okay, these 6's force the digit 6 into one of these 2 cells in block 5, and of course 6 cannot go into the 1-8 pair. Hmm. Okay, oh, actually now, after I found this 1-8 pair, I know that these 2 cells cannot contain 1. Because 1 is guaranteed into one of these 2 cells, and these 2 cells see both of the 2 cells involved in the 1-8 pair. So no matter which cell 1 ends up in, these two open cells see both of them, and therefore cannot contain 1. So after I eliminate 1 from these two cells, look at column 6. As I've said, I've just eliminated 1 from these two cells, and these two cells down here also see another 1. But 1 still has to go somewhere in column 6 as it's still a missing digit. So in column 6, the digit 1 is forced into this cell, because this is the only cell available for 1. So it has to go here. And then these ones point right, this cell sees another 1, so in block 3, the digit 1 is forced into this cell, and then these ones force the digit 1 into this cell in block 6, and this one that I just placed eliminates 1 from this cell, so I can place 1 in this cell in block 4. So we've only got these ones left. You might have noticed that this one allows me to place 8 into this cell in block 6, and also followed by the 7. These 7s point up. Okay, these 8s also point up. Alright, the missing digits of block 6 are 4, 6, and 9. So in block 6, this cell cannot contain 4, so the digit 4 in block 6 is forced into row 4. So these 6s, these 4s force the digit 4 into one of these two cells in block 5. Yeah, the digit 4 in block 6 is forced into row 4. Yeah. Let's also look at the missing digits of block 2. 3, 8, and 9 are the missing digits of block 2. Okay, in column 9, 6 is a missing digit. So I have to put 6 somewhere in this column. But these 3 open cells see another 6. So in column 9, the digit 6 is forced into this cell, as this is the only cell available for 6 in this column. And you might have noticed that 6 removed one of the two possibilities for 8, so I can immediately make the cell an 8 based on the markings. You could have also said that these 8s forced the digit 8 into this cell in block 3 after I placed the 6. And then the missing digits of column 9 are down to these two cells. They are 5 and 9. So yeah, 5 and 9 go into these two cells. This 5 points up to force the digit 5 into column 7 in block 3. Okay, I was looking at the missing digits of row 3. There are 3, 7, 8, and 9, but this cell sees 7, 8, and 9, so actually it can only be 3. Alright, if I'm going too fast, I can explain it by first marking down all digits 1 through 9 in this cell and eliminating the ones that this cell cannot contain one by one. So this cell sees 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the only digit that the cell does not see is 3. And in Sudoku, we cannot leave cells empty. Remember that. We can't have empty cells. So I must put 1 digit into every cell. Every cell has to have 1 digit. And if 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cannot go into this cell, and the only digit that can go into this cell is 3, well then I must make this a 3. Because I have to put one digit into every cell, and 3 is the only possible digit. So I must make this a 3 to avoid empty cells. Which eliminates 3 from this cell. I can force the digit 3 into one of these two cells in block 3. And might as well mark the 9 into one of these two cells. Okay, so after I place this 3, the 6 points up to force the digit 6 into this cell in block 1, and then these 6s force the digit 6 into this cell in block 4. 6 in this cell is now eliminated. So these 6s force the digit 6 into this cell in block 5, because remember, the 6 cannot go into the 1-8 pair. So this 6 eliminates 6s from these two cells, placing 6 in this cell in block 6. After I place the 6, 6 in this cell is eliminated, I can force the digit 6 into this cell in block 9. All 6s are placed. Nice. And then this cell is a 9 because 6 is not available anymore. Alright, these 9s point down to force the digit 9 into the cell in block 7, which makes this 5 and 9 to complete column 9. 2, 3, and 4 are the missing digits of block 9. Alright, let's fill out these 3 open cells first. These 3 open cells contain 5, 7, and 8, because they are the missing digits of block 1. The cell sees 8, so it's 5, 7. The cell sees 5, so it's 7, 8. So this 5, 7, 8 triple makes this cell a 3. Could have also seen it by these 3 cells seeing 3, and 3 still has to go somewhere in column 1, because it's still a missing digit. So either way, 3 is forced into this cell, which makes this cell a 5 to complete this block. Column 2 is missing 4 and 5, where this cell sees another 5, so I can complete column 2 by placing the 4 and 5 like this, and column 3 is missing 3 and 7. This cell cannot contain 4. This cell is a 5, because we know that 4 and 9 go into the other two cells in this row. Or you could have just said that these 5s force the digit 5 into this cell in block 5. All of these 5s force the digit 5 into this cell in block 8, and followed by the 7, which is forced into this cell, and then the 1, and lastly the 2, which goes into this cell. Now, these 2s force the digit 2 into the cell in block 9, and then this is a 3 to complete this row, which makes this 7. Row 9 has 3 and 4 as the missing digits, but this cell sees a 4, so I can make this 3, 4, 3. This 4 makes this cell a 9 and 4 to complete this row. This 9 makes this a 7, this a 3, 5, and 9, based on the markings I've done, and the markings are logic I've previously found, and logic surely won't change, okay? Logic remains the same, so as long as you do the markings correctly, without errors, nothing should go wrong if you follow the markings around and place the corresponding digits. Alright, and then this 9 points left to force the digit 9 into this cell in row 3, which makes this 8, 7, and 5. This cell now sees 1, so I can make this 8 and 1 to complete row 6. Up here, this cell now sees an 8, so I can make this 3 and 8 to complete row 1. The digit 3 in block 5 is forced into this cell, which makes this cell a 4, 9, and this Sudoku puzzle is complete. I finished today's New York Times Hard Sudoku in 15 minutes. So I would say this Sudoku puzzle is, well, it's just the right difficulty. But after the breakthrough towards the beginning, it becomes more and more straightforward as you progress. So I feel like the breakthrough was the placement of the digit 1 in column 6. I feel like that was the most tricky part, for me, at least. Okay. So, of course, all the pairs and triples are a must-know technique for hard Sudokus. Um, Towards the beginning, the 1/8 pair in row 6 was very, very useful because the 1/8 pair in row 6 eliminated one from these two cells, and that allowed me to place 1 in this cell for column 6. So I feel like that was the most tricky part. But after that, it was mostly straightforward. So yeah, I don't really recall any tricky spots. Just like as usual, the pairs and triples. And I feel like also the single 3 in block 1 at the intersection of row 3 and column 2. I feel like this 3 was kind of important as it also allowed me to place the 6 in block 1 after that. So yeah, I feel like these were the more key spots or trickier spots, but for others, straightforward in terms of hard Sudoku. Hopefully this video helped. Even if you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you. Today's October 31st, 2024. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1230 and New York Times hard Sudoku for today. See you all in tomorrow's video. Bye!